Yo, Sanjo Che here, people. Welcome back to the channel. I know I'm late with this one, but I still have a few days before episode 59 of Boruto, so I thought I'd still do this. So, episode 58 of Boruto Naruto Next Generations continues the Chunin exam arc of the Boruto era. And as per usual, if you've watched the episode yourself, which I know a lot of you have, you'll realize that it continues to take scenes one for one from the Boruto Naruto the movie film. But that's kind of like the biggest but the least of your problems. But anyway, be sure to rate, comment, subscribe, and let's dive into it. So as I mentioned, this episode really and truly focuses on the third part of the Chunin exams, which basically plays one for one from the Boruto Naruto the movie film. However, like previous episodes, are all the episodes in this arc so far, the the Boruto Naruto Next Generations anime continues to add additional scenes to let it stand out from the film version of the events that take place here. Now, what I will say about this episode is that I love the additions that we get, such as the focus on the other Genins in this tournament, just Shikadai and Shinki from the Sand Village, which has been revealed to be Gaara's son, which I'm sure has been revealed in other material here and there, like the manga and probably the side novels and all of that. But that being said, this episode really brought me back to form. Like, it kind of reminded me of part 1 Naruto in terms of some of the strategy. I'm not gonna lie, my favorite fights in this episode probably has to be Shikadai versus that one girl from the Sand Village, the one with the headphones, which was interesting. Shikadai being the son of Shikamaru, of course his intelligence is on display here, and I know characters like Shikamaru, Shikadai, they aren't really renowned for their, power per se. So it usually falls onto intelligence. And so when they're on the field, you can expect some tactical battles, which really and truly, it's basically reminiscent of Part 1 Naruto, which is always appreciated after all the crazy stuff that's basically went down in Shippuden towards the end, basically. So there's that. But Shikadai aside, we have some additional fights here that weren't in the movie, such as Mitsuki versus that one guy from the Lightning Village. We still have Sarada versus the same person she went up against in the movie. Ends just as quick, basically. We have Inojin versus the masked Genin from the Sand Village. And we apparently are going to get Cho Cho versus Shinki by the end, leading into the next episode. All in all, I do like how it separates itself from the movie in that it feels more, it doesn't feel as centered and focused on Boruto, but the entire generation of Genin so far. Granted, the Genins that didn't really get much focus or focus at all in the movie are the ones that dropped out, which is to be expected since at the end of the day, they still have to fall back on the scripts or the direction they went with the movie, while still expanding the focus on these new characters. Which it's enough changes to warrant, probably still not warrant a rewatch, but it still makes it stand out compared to its movie counterpart. The animation is nothing to I guess get too excited about, but the art has been pretty solid throughout this episode. I mean, we've had so many different versions of the Boruto story. I mean, we have this anime, we have the manga, we have the movie. I don't want to sound too repetitive in terms of Boruto's character growth, but we do see him use the ninja tool. Sorry. In his fight against Yuri. Yeah, that other shinobi from the Lightning Village that uses chakra infused gum, which one of my friends thinks is pretty dumb. So there was that. What I'll say is this, especially since I recently caught up with the Boruto manga content I read from chapter 1 all the way up to 23, so guess as a side note, you could expect me to be doing reviews on the manga monthly now. Also, looking forward to chapter 24. May do a discussion video later on in the week. But what I'll say is this, characterization wise for Boruto, him cheating, taking the easy way out, it's really and truly the setup for his character to transition into one that's more admirable, really. I know a lot of people don't really like Boruto, honestly, because he whines a lot, he's, you know, he excels but takes the easy way out, but it's really just set up for his character, so it's really a plus in the long term when you really look at it from that perspective. But all in all, I'd say it was a pretty solid episode. I'm really and truly looking forward to when Momoshiki and Kinshiki come in to see if they include any differences there, or will they continue to take scenes one to one, 1-for-1 from the movie. Considering, as I said, I read the Boruto manga recently. There's some differences in how the fight is choreographed in the fight against Momoshiki, which I'm curious to see how they'll adapt that, if they'll adapt that, or just, as I said, take scenes back from the movie and add on additional stuff. But all in all, solid episode. I'm looking forward to this week's episode. So, but anyway, Sanjay Uchiha, rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.